and welcome to Lightspeed Tonight. I'm Wameres Watt, here to present you with the biggest news from around the galaxy, while also bringing a little bit of diversity to the current selection of hosts. Before we get into our main story, let's check on the weather.
Rain across the galaxy.
Dress accordingly. Our main story tonight is about porgs. They're adorable, they're delicious, and yeah, you guessed it, I'm lying. I'd love to be talking about porgs, but tonight we have to turn our attention yet again to the Trade Federation. Things reached a new low this week with the feds allegedly surrounding the small mid-rim planet Naboo with literal battleships. Now, if you didn't already know, Naboo looks like this. Lush, rural, a planet populated by people that wouldn't say Naboo to a Nagoose. Barricading them with warships over a tax dispute is the conflict resolution equivalent of seeing a box full of lovable puppies, deciding one of them looked at you funny with its big wet eyes, and then sealing up the box. So who's the bad guy in this story? I give you Viceroy Nute Gunray. Whoops, wrong picture. Easy mistake. In a nutshell, the Trade Federation don't want to pay taxes on their current routes, and are happy to starve an entire planet over it. Meanwhile, the people with the power to stop them, the Galactic Senate, sit around in their weird floaty donut chairs and talk about the possibility of maybe thinking about perhaps voting to consider intervening. They're not very proactive. Yes, I know this is boring. I know you want to click on something else and see a sword fight, or some explosions, or that porg again. Oh, delicious. But if what Viceroy Gunray's Federation is doing seems like bullying, or cruelty, or the behaviour of an actual crime cartel, then what makes it even worse is, brace yourself, Naboo is literally ruled over by a 14-year-old girl.
Padme Amidala was formally crowned as Queen Amidala of Naboo today as crowds celebrated outside Theed's royal palace. During her acceptance speech, the 14-year-old promised to lead with love and determination.
Queen Padme Amidala, who apparently has more wardrobe options than IKEA, is confident this will be resolved quickly and peacefully. Unfortunately, she's also confident that her makeup should take 7 hours to apply, her handmaidens should dress like they're off to a costume party where the theme is, what if Bjork ran a nunnery? And did I mention she's a 14-year-old girl? She should be collecting Beanie Babies and feeding her Tamagotchi, not being blackmailed into signing a trade petition by a 6-foot manfish in a big silly hat. It does seem fitting that an anagram of Nute Gunray is Tuna Gurney, which is something I'm pretty sure the people of Naboo would love to see him carried out on. Now, ordinarily, I wouldn't make fun of how someone looks, but when that someone is as big a turd as Gunray, then, well, I'm happy to make the exception. Anyway, it started to look like an end could be in sight when word got out that the Senate had actually done something and dispatched 2 specialised ambassadors to speed up the negotiations. Unfortunately, the Trade Federation claim they never arrived, and naturally all communications from Naboo are now blocked. You couldn't make this up. How'd you lose 2 ambassadors? I've never lost one. It's clear that Nute Gunray is in well over his head, which is all the more remarkable when you consider that he is, as I said, a 6-foot manfish in a big silly hat. Unfortunately, we'll have more on that as it develops, but for now, this is Wameres Watt, signing off. Are we clear? Great, thank you everybody. Finally. Delicious. Don't forget to hit that like button and leave a comment, because you know, algorithms. And if you're new to the Geeknd, then consider subscribing for our monthly Star Wars interview series and other movie related content. Goodbye.